Hey there, Andy Whitehead. On this quick video I want to take you through how you can create content under the radar. Now what does that mean? That means creating content without you actually creating it yourself. Now if you've got this little voice inside your head saying to yourself, I have a small staff and I don't have time, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to start, I feel overwhelmed, I know I need to change something but I don't know what to do because I don't know about easy ways to get seen as the expert or leader. Andy, it costs too much. It's not that important right now, it can wait. I've done alright to now, so I'll be fine. These are excuses which are holding you back and will keep you in the same place in 12 months time. This is the little voice inside that is preventing you from growing, that is stopping your business from growing and profiting to the levels it can do. The simple fact is this: you do not need a big staff for this. The simple fact is this: if you do not become the expert, someone else in your niche will become the expert and that opportunity will be gone. Believe me, the feeling of regret is heavy on the shoulders, and in 2 months, 6 months, 12 months time it will kill you when you see someone in your niche, someone who hasn't got the skills and talent you have, but someone who's positioned themselves as the expert, getting higher fees, getting more retained business. Now is the time for you to make that decision. Either you do it properly or you go home. But business has now changed. Business has now changed. Clients want to do business with experts. They want to feel safe. Becoming the expert is not difficult. It's simple, as we're laying out. Now the first thing you need to do with any business objective is lay out the end result. When you have the end result, you can reverse engineer the steps. So let me ask you a question. What is your intention by becoming the expert? Yes, it's more clients. Yes, it's more candidates. Ultimately, it's more of the green stuff in your bank account. But what do you need to physically do to get more clients, to get more candidates? Now in this case, Andy, get me in front of the decision maker and I can close him. In this case, our client was sick and tired of making calls. Not all cold calls, but just making calls. Call after call after call. The metrics of success have gone through the floor in the last few years, and it's demoralizing and it's killed him. So his remit to us was, show me how to get in front of the decision maker and I know I can close him. So in the space of 4 weeks, this is what we did. We created what we call an experts sequence. An expert sequence. This lays out the key fundamentals to position you as the expert in your niche. But whether it's online or offline, it's a different strategy. Depending on your niche and your market, it's a different strategy. Depending on the actual specifics of candidates or client generation, it's a different strategy. Every strategy is bespoke. In this case, it's the financial market in London and it's around regulation. So regulation now comes from Europe. Most regulation comes from Europe. But what we've done is identify 3 key speakers on this topic from the European places which have got that positioning in the market. Now very quickly, as I said, this is 4 weeks. Our recruiter has gone from a place of being frustrated, demoralized, and making calls. The very same decision makers are now contacting him, A, commending him that he's put on this event, B, asking can they attend the event. So they're actually seeing him as a leader already. Now think what's going to happen is we're going to put together a communication strategy. So between now and the event there'll be a communication strategy. So by the time the event comes, all obstacles and objections about working with this recruiter have been overcome. He'll be in such a place of authority. If he applies the steps we lay out, business will change for this chap forever. And what we're going to do, this will be one of a long-term strategy. So we will scale the business. You can double your business. Just change the way you do business. Times have now changed. Number 2, Andy, get me 100 new candidates from Germany with this skill set onto a webinar. So you're looking for a new candidate. You're looking for a type of candidate. They've got a specific skill set. So what do? You search LinkedIn. You get stressed on LinkedIn. You make cold calls. You phone up for referrals. You don't get anywhere. You get frustrated. So what do? Rather than go out digging for them, you act as the flower. Rather than be a bee buzzing around from one flower to the next flower, just trying to get a little bit of nectar, you become the flower. You stand there firm and you attract the bees to you. Most recruiters are bees, are buzzing around, getting tired, buzz, buzz, buzz. Become the flower. Put out that great pollen and attract the right insects, the right bees to you. You do not do the buzzing anymore. So in this case, you create what we call a money magnet. A money magnet. This can be an online event, an offline event. It can be a piece of material, it can be some content, it could be a podcast, it could be one of 1,000 things. It depends on the niche. In this case, it was an online webinar. We had a world-class speaker at the webinar discussing some of his topics. So what do? We attracted those with this specific skill set. Because the skill set is so niche, we attracted them. So they came to the webinar. So our clients got these candidates they could not find, or if they did find, they would not answer the phone. We've now actually brought them to us. We've attracted them to us by creating what we call a money magnet. Number 3, Andy, I need to know the project details of as many SAP clients as possible. So how do you do this? Well, how did we do this? We created a very, very big online event. It doesn't need to be big, but this one was. We had 10 of the world's top speakers there, and what did we do? We created a survey process whereby to actually get tickets to our event, the candidate, the decision maker, had to submit details. So submitted details to our survey, which is written in a subliminal but ethical way. And basically 4 to 5 questions of the survey were around the actual topic. So which speakers do they want to hear, what topics do they want to hear about, how long do they want the conversation and the engagement of the webinar to last. And also the other questions were around, will these topics be of benefit to your business? What's happening in your business now? Who's the decision maker in your business now? Etc, etc. So you can structure the questions to elicit the information you need. Now these questions and this information becomes gold dust to your consultants. Gold dust. You can create whatever questions you want. But we aligned ourselves with world leaders. We became experts in 8 weeks in this case. So we had the authority to ask these questions. If you went out and asked these questions now, you probably get no replies, none of your surveys updated. But with the right strategy and the right sequence, literally 30 a day were coming in. A day. Gold dust. So the problem you're saying is, I don't have time. You do have time. Number 1, get experts to write the content for you. Experts got content. They have blogs, they write articles, they have books. Get them to write the content for you. It gives you instant alignment. When an expert aligns themselves to you, you can take on their positioning. Number 2, have articles written by ghostwriters. You can have PhD authors write articles for you. PhD authors write articles for you for $10 for 500 words. Now we've been doing this 16, 17 years, so we've uncovered all of the rubbish in the market, and we can recommend the exact ones that we use and we recommend to our clients. $10 for 500 words. You also own the quality. So you define, do you want technical writing, do you want blog writing, and so forth. And the rights of this is now yours, so you can do with the material what you want. Number 3, you can have a book written by a ghostwriter. A book written by a ghostwriter. Excuse the spelling there. For those who know me, I am dyslexic, and now and again I am prone to making mistakes in that way. But you have books written by ghostwriters. Now, consider this. Imagine you have a ghostwriter write a book for you. So you lay out the chapters, the headings, and what you want in each chapter. So you write a skeleton, which will take you about an hour. We have a template you can use. You lay out that template, and you pass it to your ghostwriter. He'll do 1 chapter. You review it. It's tweaked, and you go back. But your book's written by a ghostwriter. You've not written the book. We recommend that you have your ghostwriters write your articles first, till you find one which really gets your tone. But you can have a book written for you in a matter of days, for a matter of a couple of hundreds of dollars. Immense. Again, it's knowing who, what, where. We've been doing this 16, 17 years. You don't need to be paying $10,000 to get a book written, $5,000 to $3,000, $2,000. Say the right content writers, you can have this done on a budget. Number 4, videos. This video we're doing now, this is taking me about 10 minutes to create. It's going to take me about 10 to 12 minutes to record. Once it's recorded, my assistant will then take the video. They will edit it. they will upload it to hundreds of video sites. So most people know about YouTube. YouTube has immense traffic, we know that, but there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of video websites out there where your prospects reside. Now, did you know there is a tool, there are many tools, whereby you take your video, you press one button, and your video is distributed to hundreds of websites in one go. In one go. Would that be of use to you? Think about the SEO ranking you get. Very simple. Your competitors in recruitment will not be doing this. They do the same things. They pick up the phone, they send a really dry white paper, they send a newsletter talking about what's happening in their business. Clients don't give a damn. Clients want you to demonstrate that you're a leader in that niche. They want to demonstrate you've got authority in that niche. They want to demonstrate that you've got alignment to world leaders. Do things differently. This is going to take me 25 minutes in total. It will go out to hundreds of websites and bring in hundreds of new leads. Would that be of use to you? Number 5, events. Guys, we're only touching on the literally the top of the iceberg here. There are hundreds and hundreds of ways of doing this, and we're just touching the tip of the iceberg. We want to open your eyes though to what you can do. Events. You don't need to know the content, but once you've got the content, you have events, you bring on other speakers, bring on leaders, you bring on department heads. Consider this. Imagine you're trying to get through to a decision maker in a bank, investment bank, and they're not answering the phone. They do not want to speak to you. Consider this. Tell them that you've put on an event, you consider them a leading light in their industry, or you have a podcast and you want to interview them because you consider them to be one of the most influential people or program managers in banking because you've heard such good things about them. These guys have egos and they're going to listen to this. They're going to speak to you. So the barrier to entry has been dropped and you form that relationship, that rapport. So now you're not even talking about recruitment yet, you're just building that rapport with the individual. And that's where you do quote, and I've been told this, you do your recruiter voodoo magic. But you do not need to be making outbound calls, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot sharper ways nowadays to win in business. So the content usage, you record it live. So you have the live event, online event, offline event, article, whatever it might be. You record it live. You use content for 12 months. So consider this. Say you got a webinar and your speaker speaks for 30 minutes and they cover 10 points. Each point becomes a separate video. You've got 10 points, 10 videos. That video can then be used and it can be stripped as a video, as an audio, as a podcast. It can be transcribed into an article. It can be put into headers. It can be used in email. It can be used as status updates and so forth. So one piece of content is used again and again and again and again. You do not need to be spending hours doing this, ladies and gentlemen. There are sharper ways to do it. Just think outside the box. You can get this position and you can have the content. Now imagine this. I said before about having a book. Imagine you have an author. So you've got say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 experts. They're very well known in your niche and you say to them, right, give me a chapter each please. I'm going to create a book of the world experts in this niche and I want you to be part of it. Do you think they're going to say yes? If you do things right, they will. But you need to make sure you bring on the Maven first. Now a Maven, I haven't got time to go through this now, a Maven is someone who comments on the industry. If you don't bring on a Maven first and you go for experts, you may well be missing out the most important part of the sequence and this process will fail for you. But you need to go through the sequence properly. If you go through a sequence properly, it works every single time. We've proven it beyond any doubt now, it works. But imagine you have 10 authors. Each time one of your candidates or one of your decision makers searches for that author, because it's a key person in your niche, they search on Google for that niche, what happens? They bring up that author's name and they say a book with that author's name. They click on it. Who's there? It's you. It's your book. It's your book. And you're aligned to these authors. Do you think that's a little bit more powerful than doing what every other recruiter does? I think it might be. Do you think that would affect you for the next month, 2 months, year, 5 years? I think it will do. Business has changed, ladies and gentlemen. And the key thing is this. Use it as you. You need to be the brand now. You need to become the expert. This is about you becoming the expert. Nothing more, nothing less. But when you become the expert, you attract higher fees. You attract retained business. Business becomes a joy. So click on the link below. and you'll see how to be the recruitment expert, how to get paid more and get more retained business. But do one thing today. If you do nothing else, just close your eyes for 5 seconds and think about, do you want to be in the same position in a month, 3 months, 12 months, 36 months, thinking that was the day that my competitor listened to that video and they took action. Experts are going to thrive. With that said, Andy Whitehead out. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care, and let's take action, and let's make this the year. Speak soon. Bye-bye.